So Josh, a few months down, how's pre-season all going?
Mate, we've been really happy as a coaching group. We think that we've been able to retain some of our players from last year who we were really keen to retain, and we feel like they're grown as players and taken more ownership around the club and the standards, and really excited by some of the new guys that have come into the footy club as well. So it's been a tough pre-season. We identified some things out of our review last year that we wanted to work really hard on, and we have focused in on that. But to the players' credit, they've embraced the workloads and the challenges, and I think we'll be better for it. So to this point, we've been really happy.
As a whole, what were those things?
I guess most of them consisted of areas that will take us further, and that's a simplistic thing to say, but we probably drilled down a little bit on phases of the game that we thought probably held us back, and we think that by identifying them and going to work on them, we'll be able to take another step forward. But keeping in mind the competition improves as well, so contested ball and the ability to look after the ball and defend at the right time is high on the agenda.
You've spoken about the three AFL recruits, Josh Hill, Jesse Palmer and Sam Fisher. There's a lot of young boys out there who are excited out on the track, and a quick word on them and just the energy they've brought to the training track.
So yeah, the younger guys have been terrific, and there's always a period of adjustment, I guess, post-draft where the disappointment erodes and you decide what you want to do with your footy. So firstly, we're really pleased that many of them chose our footy club. But secondly, the energy that they've brought to the footy club and the standards that they've embraced and in some cases set has been pleasing. So we're excited about all those young boys, and hopefully we can get some good consistent footy out of them.
Is that where the improvement's going to come from?
Yeah, that'll be part of it. I mean, we challenge the guys that have been in the system for a few years. We've got some guys that have recommitted who have been here for 2 or 3 years, and to be really honest, they need to take the next step with their footy. And we've got guys that have been with us for 12 months already who understand what we're about, got a really good taste of football last year, and we're expecting them to set the tone for these younger guys that have come into the club. So it filters right through. We don't necessarily think our improvement will come from one area. We think it'll be a holistic thing, and it'll come from coaching, it'll come from off-field standards, it'll come from the players on field as well. So it's a collective and a continuation, I guess, of what we've been trying to build.
Has that enthusiasm ramped up with practice matches pretty close by?
Yeah, although our training's been reasonably competitive and had a fairly large, I guess, competitive nature to it. So we think we've trained that pretty well, even pre-Christmas. We think we've done a lot of competitive work. Obviously the games are different again, so there's an excitement around that. But I guess for some of them still there's the unknown. We haven't locked our list away yet, so a few still battling for spots, but that's exciting too. It presents a great challenge, and traditionally you get a few stand up and that you probably didn't expect. So as a coaching group, again, we're looking forward to seeing that.
And a quick word on the coaching group that's been assembled for 2018.
Well, firstly, I think it's worth acknowledging the guys that have left the footy club, and without individualising them, we've had a really committed part-time coaching group in the past, and it's a credit to those guys the way they embrace the club, and they've all moved on to hopefully greener pastures. But we have been able to bring in full-time coaches under Carlton's roof for the first time, which is exciting. Jason Davenport, he'll look after the forwards. Brent Stanton will look after the midfield, and Shane Watson will look after the defenders. So excited about those guys, but to complement them, we've got Andrew Williams returning, Perry Mecca is returning. Both will look after the development space, and they'll also have match day roles. And James Wall is a person who's come to us. He'll do a day a week, and he'll assist the development crew. So they're really pleased with the coaching group. All great character, really innovative in the way they see the game, and fresh ideas, and they're really strong relationship builders. So they'll be great for our club.
You took the boys down to your territory over the weekend, Mount Buller. How was that?
It was good, Critter. It was good. We were able to pull a camp together within a couple of weeks, which was a fair effort. So, nice to get away as a group. You don't get that opportunity too often in the VFL. So, to get away as a group, they certainly trained really hard on the Saturday, put them through their paces, and Saturday night was a good opportunity to get to know each other a bit better. So, we took full advantage of that, and traditionally the camp's been a real highlight of our campaign. So, I'm sure we'll build off the back of that.
Have the goals adjusted from the start of pre-season to now, or is it still pretty much the steady old ship?
No, it was steady old ship in the sense that we're really committed and driven to improve as much as we can. I think if we're not in that frame of mind, we're wasting our time, and I guess the last 2 years have been establishing culture and standards and probably locking down our game plan, and we'd like to think we're ahead of that process, but we're keen to get into games sooner rather than later and test ourselves against good opposition. But we're as hungry as ever, and myself as coach, I'm determined to make sure we're successful, and we're assembling a list, and I think we can do that.
Thanks, Fraser.
Thanks, Critter. Cheers.